Hi, my name is Janis. I'm from Germany. I love Edison Format, and I'm back with 2 more replays and a deck list of the token spam deck. So let's have a look at the replays. Let's do it like this. And yeah, what did we draw? We draw a Plasma, which is not live, and a Trade-in to dig us a little bit deeper. Maybe assemble a Quickdraw engine, and yeah, I misclicked and discarded the Gauss. Maybe I was lagging a bit. I don't know what happened here. Which is really unfortunate because now our opponent knows that we have a Gauss. So yeah, not a good start. We gold suck, another misclick. Here, yeah, banish the Dark Hunt, obviously. Okay, I decided to go for Cyber Valley here. We could have waited as well and then Scapegoat next turn and then summon the Cyber Valley and get a guaranteed draw. Yeah, maybe that would have been the play. They're on Caius, so they just banish our Valley. I Solemn here, really aggressive Solemn. Maybe I should have held onto the Solemn in hand. I don't know. Now in the end phase, we go for the Scapegoat. I mean, yeah, we emptied their board. Okay, now we could even go for Plasma, but I don't like Plasma when I don't have a target to absorb. So I'm thinking here, should I go for Plasma, should I not? And I decided to go for the Quickdraw Synchron. Make a Drill Warrior. We could have also, could we have made a Road Warrior? We could have made a Road Warrior, get another very foolish a Dandy, and then drew another 2. That would have also been a play. Also a little bit more damage. That's 600. But if they have Gauss, it's a bit annoying. But if they have Gauss, you know, Plasma is not immediately live. So yeah, Drill Warrior, I think it might be fine. But Road Warrior would have been an interesting play here as well. So they said something. What did they said? Is Shiroko? I don't know if setting the Shiroko. Especially, okay, yeah, okay, they wanna, okay. They're like, yeah, they've seen these cards, and they're like, okay, they are on quick draw. Let's deck dev them. So they deck dev us, and they hit the 2 tokens, but they hit them with the differential anyway. But our hand, nothing. So now we get to the Dark Armed Dragon, and yeah, let's see. So we ended this live. Yeah, that's just perfect. Yeah, probably in the duel I kept track that I get the Dark Armed Dragon in 2 turns, and then I played with that in mind. Yeah, so let's see. Also, I just realized they torrentialed this summoning of the Drill Warrior, but as far as I've learned, Drill Warrior, when it comes back, it will immediately add a card back from the graveyard, and then the window for torrential, because it's a when the monster summoned, the window is closed. Let me know in the comments if I'm right and they couldn't, like, they shouldn't have even be able to torrential us here. I mean, works out just fine, because it would have been more annoying if they torrential the Dark Armed. Yeah, I don't know. They probably also deck David us in hope that maybe they hit a dark monster and deny us the Dark Armed Dragon, so I get that. But yeah, so we have a Vaskii, we have a Dark Armed, and is that game? No, I think that leaves them with 200 life points, right? Yes, it does. So let's see, can they come back? Like, they're on 4 cards, we're only on 3. The Plasma is not really live right now. So let's have a look. They go for a big push. Plague and Armed, and yeah, they do this with the Briar Neck. But does this even make sense? Doesn't really make sense. Because we are on 3 darks anyway, so we can just resummon that. Maybe Goju Guardian, would it be better if they... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Goju Guardian, hit over the Vaskii. Get the Vaskii or not. No. Vaskii can't be special summoned, so that wouldn't. Yeah. Then I don't even know what they could have done. Yeah, but Brionek, in my opinion. I'm talking a lot, not realizing that I'm at 4K, so yeah, it's totally okay. If you have realized that I was that low, you probably were a bit annoyed by my yapping. But yeah, obviously they cleared the field because they had game, because I was too low. Like, yes, I could have dropped the Dark Ant again next turn and I would have won, but yeah, it all comes back to the Golem that I used too early, probably, and I should have held onto, like, those 4K that costed us the game. So let's have a look. We Doomsday here because, okay, yeah, this is really nice because we can make a quick draw, we can make a Cyber Valley. I go for the Cyber Valley first, hoping, like, if they have Torrential, that they use it here. Because I'd rather lose these than to lose the quick draw, because yeah, quick draw, Dandy, then we can pitch also the Treeborn. And it will leave us with an empty board, but we have Gauze, and yeah, that would be really strong. Then the quick draw could get back, I don't know, maybe the Sangan, we can allure, and yeah, so the Cyber Valley was to bait out a Torrential, which would be reasonable to use here if they have it. And so we draw two. We draw into the End of Anubis and Jinzo. Yeah, End of Anubis side tag that I found really funny, and it's working out kind of fine, I would say. So now we established the Duel Warrior, and I think they are robbing us again. Like last time, the Torrential to Duel Warrior, which in my opinion is illegal. I think this game they will use Bottomless sooner or later. So let's have a look. Okay, we go for the Jinzo now. We lock them out of their traps. Unfortunately, this is Raiko, and yeah, maybe I should have kept the Drill Warrior in rotation, but I feel kind of strong in my position. They have Necro Gardener. Yeah, let's see. Okay, now they have Gale, which is annoying, so they will hit over this. They get rid of it. Yet, keeping the Drill Warrior in play would have probably been better, not risking it to anything like Ico. I knew that they are on Bio Turbo, so a set monster could be a Bio, but could also easily be a Raiko. Okay, now we establish, do we go for another drill? We could also make a road, but road doesn't make sense here. I'm not quite sure where I do this first. Probably because I reckon it's probably not Torrential. Okay, we draw first. Now we trade in for Vaskii. Or draw another Dandy, which is nice when we use that with Drill Warrior. I think I don't even attack in case this is Deep Prison. And yeah, also this gets us to 3 bodies. Plasma, steal this. And do I attack with the Plasma? Probably not, yeah. Playing around Deep Prison. Let's have a sneak peek what this is. It's a return from a different dimension, so the whole time I was playing around nothing. Yeah. Now there's another back row. Let's sneak peek this as well. It's a deck dev, which is not live as well. So yeah, they are really faking us out here. We get back to Dandylion, and End of Anubis shuts down our own Drill Warrior, so that's a bit of an anti-synergy, which, yeah, maybe End of Anubis isn't the play for this deck, but I love it. Dandylion, more tokens. Cyber Valley, more drawing. Like, Cyber Valley is so good in this deck. Like Cyber Valley, Plasma, Vaskii, these are our big conversions of these tokens. Creature swap even. Mystic Box, I'm on and off of this card. Horn of Heaven is another one that you could include. So yeah, they brain control us, but now we deck dev them. Yeah, not going to let this happen. Unfortunately, the cards going into the graveyard are all cards that kind of want to be in the graveyard. Like, yeah, Plague Spreader. But yeah, also the information on the hand is kind of nice. Here we get back the Drill Warrior, get back a Dandy. We can make another Plasma. Do I make another Plasma? We could with the Grinder Golem. But I'll do this first. Yeah, maybe I should have went for the Grinder Golem here. At pressure. I think I was playing too cautiously around their back row. So, get a Rota here, get an Armageddon Knight. This will help them get their Virus in Grave Life. Also, they can use it for the Plague. So, let's see. The deck def. Yeah, okay, the deck def us to get rid of everything. Yeah, but we sold him that. Okay. Probably because I wanna get to this Plasma here. We get back the Jinzo, and I should have went back to the Jinzo way earlier. Like, you deny them their traps. So now what do we do? Okay, now I would say use the Drill to make room for 2 tokens for the Grinder. Drop a Grinder on them. Then use these tokens and 1 Fluff token to get the Plasma, and then we absorb the Grinder, and yeah. That's really nasty with Jinzo, with Plasma, with Deck Devastation Virus also active for 1 more turn. But I attack here, which I don't know if I agree with that. I use the Necro Gardener. Okay, do I go for the... I have to do this, right? Come on. I don't, and I don't really know why not. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what my thought process was here, like... That seems like a no-brainer, because now they can even, yeah, use Greffa. What are you going to do? Do this. And, yeah, then they make an Armor Master, then they can attack, and yet, yeah, now they use the return, and now we lose, right? And would it been possible? No, yeah, with the Plasma? Plasma would have been the biggest guy on board, at least. Okay, but they can't go for a game. I didn't really count his attacks and anything. I just saw the big board, assumed. Dude, now we use Foolish. We don't have any targets left, so we just get rid of the Dark Armed. And I think I go for the Plasma here. Steal their Armor Master. And now we Soul Exchange. Okay, go to this. Now we deny them their whole graveyard, so Necro Gardener is off the table. We can't attack this turn. Okay, so this is another shutdown that we pull on them. Let's have a look what we do here. Drill Warrior is coming back. Now the Button Lessers, which in my opinion shouldn't work. I wasn't quite sure in this duel. I looked it up afterwards, I believe, and from what I found, that's not legal, but let me know in the comments. One of you probably know the rules better than I do. So now they return, and let's have a look. We write a bunch, that's why nothing is happening. And yeah, they want to use Shiogo, but I remind them of Plasma. Now they go for a Gojo Guardian, which can get rid of this guy, but can't steal him because of Plasma. And now what are they going to do? They wanted to make a Black Rose, not realizing that they can't use the effect because of Plasma. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they could have played this better. I think at this point they kind of admit defeat, do they? Okay, now we go for the Grinder. Is Torrential Gun? No, it isn't. But if they Torrential us, I think that would be fine as well, because whenever they put something on the board, like, would it be fine? Maybe not. How many Bios are there? Bio Plague? I don't know. Maybe it was a bit risky to do this. Now the Royal Oppression here, but yeah, that leaves them with not enough life points to... Oh, no, they have an Echo Gardener. Never mind. But we can do this. Alright, yeah. I just realized that I can't use... I wanted to use Soul Exchange for the Caius to burn them, but then I realized, no, I can't use Soul Exchange when I conducted my battle phase, so I took that back. And yeah, they just show us Caius and it defeat 1-1. So let's have a look at the last duel. Let's go over this a little bit more quickly. So yeah, Sangan, quick draw, that's nice. They go for Armageddon. We use the trade in, set the Sangan. They attack, we get to Dandy, quick draw, Cyber Belly, which will allow us to draw one. We make a Drill Warrior, draw 2, but Drill Warrior gets bottomless. We got Brain Control plus Caius, which is nice. We also can make the Scapegoat for the Stratos, and then we could go for Plasma, but okay. Let's wait a second. I decided to make Drill Warrior here, because if we pitch the Caius, we can make a Dark Armed Dragon. I was kind of fearless into Torrential Tribute, wasn't I? Like, yeah, Stratos would have had this to get to Plasma as well. I don't know, maybe get a Stratos. Maybe, yeah, I think I wanted to keep the Stratos as a backup play with Brain Control and stuff, if in case they have Torrential. Like, we could have went even bigger with Stratos, get the Plasma. No, we can't. We used the Cyber Valley. Okay, that's explained. We used our Novels on. Never mind, I'm talking nonsense, so we just attack with them. We have insurance against Gors with the Dark Armed. Now we do this. They get rid of the Dark Armed via Gale and the Thought Rulers, which is really unfortunate because Brain Control will not work on Thought Ruler, but I have another monster we can Brain Control. Also, we have still our Drill Warrior, which I will just use to, yeah, cast it up. And they don't have a deck Debbie to do it this way, and now we, yeah, use that to get rid of the Thought Ruler Archfiend. We do have a deck Debbie, which we will use here. We get rid of a Fossil Diner, which would have been really nasty against our Drill Warrior, and yeah, that's just too much for them. We won this one. So let's have a look at the deck list. Let's refresh this. Also, we can probably get rid of this, right? Skip. Deck Constructor. Oh, spoilers. Also spoilers. Wait, now my monitor went black. I really want to show you my new decks. Okay, as you can see here, at the moment we are on 46 cards, which is definitely too much, but I wanted to try out all these cards. This one is one that you haven't seen, which I wasn't really been... Like, in theory this is so good, but in practice, I don't know. I haven't really been able to use it, even though it's been in the deck for a couple of matches. Gotta say that I sided out quite some times. Creature swap is, like, if you start turn 1, like the dream is Grinder Golem, Creature swap, and Vaskii, then you, yeah, get a Grinder Golem, 2 tokens, one from your field, one of your opponents, get a Vaskii. So these 3 cards will establish those 2 on field, which is a pretty good start, I'd say. But creature swap, it is a bit annoying. Like, if your opponent has multiple monsters, creature swap gets so much worse. You can swap them all these tokens and get something in return. Especially if you have a Vaskii, you can still use that token as if it were yours. So yeah, creature swap is an interesting card, but I started to think that Mystic Box is better because you can choose the target, even though you don't get, like in creature swap, you get one monster, which is nice, but Mystic Box, you can use it to, like, I don't know, get rid of a Vanity's Fiend or anything which is annoying to this deck. Yeah, so maybe Mystic Box would be better over creature swap, maybe both. I don't know, but then, like I said, we are on 46 cards right now. Like, these two, I don't really count towards 46, but even 44 is a bit too much. Yeah, so you probably want to cut some cards. I'll tell you which cards I definitely wouldn't cut. Cyber Valley, the Quick Draw Engine, Sangan. These are cards which are too good. Stratos and at least 2 of the Plasmas need to stay in this deck. Plasma and Royal Decree is really, really good. Scapegoat and Doomsday tokens. Foolish and Brain Control, MST and Heavy Storm, these are all staples pretty much. The Gauze is really good. The Dark Armed Dragon. This deck doesn't have the best ways to manipulate the graveyard, so you could argue Dark Armed Dragon, it's not as good as in like Bio Turbo or something like that, but it's still really, really good, so I wouldn't really cut the Dark Armed Dragon. Drayton, I really like the drawing power this deck provides. Yes, you don't really need these in the graveyard, other than maybe sometimes make a Dark Armed Dragon live more quickly. But yeah, you could cut these trade-ins, but I don't know. Do you really want to make the decks like smaller in exchange for draw cards? Like, these make your deck smaller on their own, so I don't know if that's the choice here. The Treeborn Frog doesn't really work with Royal. Like, Royal Decree Treeborn is a bit counterproductive also with the Golem. But if you have a Royal Decree flipped up, you're usually in a really good spot anyway, so you can live without the Treeborn Frog. Yes, the extra utility would be nice, but I don't know. What else? Yeah, the Exodius, I'm not really sure. Like, you can use this to make, like, this card alone can special summon a Plasma in the best case if you attack and then you send a Dandylion. Like, if you don't know the effect, you special summon this by shuffling all monsters from your graveyard into your deck. And then when this card attacks, you can send one monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. So you send a Dandy from your deck to the graveyard, get the 2 tokens. And the attack of this card are 1000 per normal monster in your graveyard. So yeah, we don't have normal monsters, so this is just 0 attack, but 0 attack is fine with Vaskii. Also, special summon is nice for the Caius or Jinzo or even Plasma. But the fact that this has to attack, and if your opponent, I don't know, if you attack a face down monster, so this doesn't get destroyed, then it's probably, I don't know, maybe it's a Raikou, and you lose it anyway. It's a bit awkward. Like, needing to attack for the good effect to go through is really awkward. Prodigy, I'm not 100% sold on this either. Like, you can get it with Stratos, and then you can use it for Caius. Like, Prodigy Caius is, you lose 1 card, but they lose 1 from the Caius, and then if you play it smart, you can hit over something, so it's a +1 in that case. But your biggest deck, Royal Repression, is really bad for this deck, and Vanity's Field, and Fiend, and Fossil Diner, and even Deck Dev, they're kind of still a lot of targets, I'd say. So, Prodigy, you might be able to cut. Also, I would say Plasma and Decree are easier to set up than Plasma and Jinzo, so maybe that's, maybe you want to tap on Jinzo, but I really like soul exchanges with these 3-bit monsters, so Jinzo also doesn't work with deck Devastation Virus because it negates the trap. No, it does work. I didn't realize all the time, like, I was never using deck Devi with Jinzo, but it just negates the traps, right? No, okay, they can't be activated. Okay, no, okay, as I thought, it just negates the traps, but they can't be activated, so yes, it does indeed shut deck Devastation Virus. So yeah, that's kind of not too nice, so maybe do it like this, and then, yeah, get another Royal Decree instead. It's, yeah, but then you could argue about the Treeborn Frog. I don't know. someone finds something out. Owner Seal is another card you could think about. Like, you have a lot of, like, with Gold Sarcophagus, with all these draw power. If you trim this down a bit, trade in Cyber Valley, Gold Sack. If you have a Grinder Golem, get to Owner Seal, that's really, really good. You could even add some Lava Golems, like, yes, then it starts to become another deck. But you can maybe play a mixture of those, like use the tokens from Grinder Golem with Cyber Valley and with Plasma and stuff. I don't know. Lava Golem, also you can pitch it for trade-in. It's also a really nice way to get rid of problem monsters, but it can't get rid of Christia, Vanity's Fiend, Fossil Diner and stuff, because, yeah, if you can't special summon it, you can't use it. Yes, another interesting card you could use here is, and I was on that before, is Future Fusion. Future Fusion can help you send Dandy, and you even see it in the extra deck. Yeah, just realized I haven't adjusted the extra deck. There's space for 2 more monsters here. Like, I was on Future Fusion for a lot of time with Alias alongside to have another target, because the Gaia, this one, it needs an elemental hero monster, so you can't even use Prodigy or Plasma for it. If you are only on Stratos, you have only one target, and for the Future Fusion to make Gaia, and then the Treeborn originally was here as well for being a water type. And then you can use Future Fusion, send a Treeborn, and maybe a Prodigy to make Absolute Zero, which is also really threatening, but most of the time you want to have access to these tokens. So yeah, Future Fusion, another card you could use. Yeah, but this one is such a big brick if you can't back it up with some defense with bottomlesses, deep prisons, whatever. So yeah, whenever I drew this, it was so bad. And then Future Fusion, if you send Reborn, and it's not even live because Future Fusion is on field, and I don't know. It was also a bit slow. And then Dandy, if you can send the alias, that's pretty good. But if you have drawn the alias before the Future Fusion, it isn't. So yeah, I decided against these. Sideboard, some viruses, Twister, Overdust Tornado because of the decree. Yeah, these two, like this one is a bit new. Maybe you shouldn't use that because we special summon so much ourselves. 1 Cyber Dragon for the machines. Yeah, okay, let's wrap this up. So yeah, that's the deck list. I think there's some innovation to be had here. Yeah, if you liked it, leave a like. If you have ideas for this deck, let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you want to see more Homebrew decks. Next up, I'll probably have something, like I ordered these cards online. Maybe not the next video, because probably the cards won't have arrived until then. I wanted to have this as a 250 subscriber special, show you another version of my Ancient Gear Machina, which I found pretty cool. Bought some cards for that I can show you a deck list in paper, but yeah, they haven't arrived yet, so I'm not sure what the next video will be, but there will be a lot more homebrew decks that I cooked up, which are kind of roped here, and if you innovate with them, maybe they break into the meta. So if you don't want to miss that, subscribe, leave a like, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.